out to dance events. I was figuring out how to get an agent. Like, I was also figuring out how to.
Did you ever have an agent?
I did. I don't even know if the agency's still around.
Was it DDO?
No, it was Trio.
Oh, no.
Maybe they're around for commercial, but Trio, and then I had a commercial agent. Yeah.
You're just representing yourself now, huh?
I'm repping for myself.
Damn, see?
The G.
I think the G, that's her logo. What do you call it? That's one thing that I think a lot of dancers think they need is agents to get the work.
It serves something, but it's not needed.
I've never had an agent.
Awesome.
I've just been blessed to have friends to book me.
Aww.
So, and then power of networking right there. So when you go to auditions, make friends with everyone, because you never know who's going to book you for the next thing, or who makes it, and then they book you. Yeah, that's why I think but for the longest time I thought I needed to have an agent, and then when I had friends who made it further along and they brought me along, I was like, oh, okay, as long as I am not a dick and I perform well and maintain relationships, it's not really needed, but it's a tool, so to speak, to help build put yourself out there, so to speak.
I think it's really easy to look at it backwards and look at the constructions that the industry have before how we are as humans. Meaning, looking at I need an agent to get a job. Agencies were invented to help funnel jobs, help negotiate contracts, and get you to auditions that you might not be able to get to yourself, right? But before then, do you know what I mean? Like, you still had dance industry and jobs that needed to be booked.
Yeah.
And so I think that agencies can serve that, especially if you're a strong auditioner, especially if you want access to the things and auditions that the agency provides. Especially, it can be a great entity to work in conjunction with. However, if you look as humans, like, if you are working on your craft, if you are connecting with other people, and then also if you have good energy, because I looked at people that I knew that are super talented that would always be like, I'm not getting booked, man, and blah, blah, blah. And I wondered, like, what is it about this really talented person who crushes it? For me, the thing that I pinpointed in common was that they started having a dark cloud over their head. Not that you can't be negative, but, like, I don't know that's an energy that somebody would want to bring on set.
Yeah, because then it becomes like a cancer that kind of affects the whole production. One of my favorite things, like, learning from art school, is like, you can be the most talented guy in the room, but if you're a dick, no one's gonna want to work with you.
And then also, like, being entitled to something coming your way versus making it happen. Like, if you want to go and be in a music video for a certain artist, and it's not happening and it's not moving, work on the style of dance you need, create your own content that's in line with that. Like, don't expect someone to push your career for you.
Oh, yeah. It's almost like watching someone else do push-ups and then expect you to get the results.
Yeah, that's a good one. And also, like, with fitness, you need to put in the work, and then you need to strategize. If something's not working for you, you try a different approach.
Oh, yeah.
You look at it holistically, and then the proof is in the pudding. And also, wait, one more thing, because do you have dancers watch this?
Yeah.
Cool. So you have so many dancers in LA, and another thing is that, let's say that you're killing it and crushing it. It doesn't mean you can't make it right away, but let's say you're in a room with 200 other faces, or even 50, feeling like, okay, I crushed it, I should have been booked. I understand that feeling, but you don't know if 50 people around you have been in those audition rooms for 5 years more than you.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about continuously showing up.
Yeah, because Shaboob's a mutual friend of ours. We were just talking about, you guys might have already heard the other podcast, but he talks about auditioning for certain things 3, 4, 5 times before actually making it. And I think that's the first rejection for a lot of people, is where a lot of people quit. And it's getting used to the fact that you're going to get no's a lot. And then it's being able to plow through that to get to the one yes.
And it's okay to also not be okay with it and not to pursue it in that way. Like, for me, pursuing dance in the traditional way for a professional dancer, I came to this really difficult term of, dang, this is really not how I want to spend hours of my life.
That's how I felt when going to
okay.
auditions. It might be worth it for some people. For me, I just wanted to do something else. And it's okay. I think having that realization and being okay with that, it takes a lot to kind of let that part of the dream go, I guess.
Yeah, it was so hard too. And the only way that happened was long story short, and I have an episode where I talk about this on Dancespeak, plugging.
Okay.
But I had Lyme's disease.
It'll be in the link in the description, so you guys can listen to it.
I had Lyme's disease, and do you know about?
Yeah, I know about it.
Okay, cool. So basically, you get bit by a tick or something that has it, and then you can get a host of symptoms ranging from psychosis to exhaustion to joint pain.
Oh, I don't know about the psychosis.
It can change your mind.
I'm just kidding.
I was extremely fatigued, and without going into it because of time and stuff, I was knocked out. There was a month where I was in bed more than half of the day, and if I even had a conversation with someone, I'd be so exhausted I'd have to sleep.
Wow.
And so in that time, I was knocked out, and I had the opportunity. I couldn't help but look at my life, and my recovery wasn't guaranteed. And so,
whoa.
Yeah. So imagine looking at your life, and I had been auditioning, I'd been doing dance work, all this stuff, and I realized the thing that I'd be really sad about not coming back to is dance itself as an art form and movement. However, all of that time that I was spending in the audition process, I was not listening to my inner compass, which was telling me, like, you have a different path to go. And I felt like a rat in a rat race, and I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And you're not that if you audition. It's just, for me, I have a different trajectory and path. So hard to accept, but I had a shortcut to it because I was so sick that I could actually sit back and look at my life.
Oh, you had the opportunity to take a step back and see what's happening on the field and kind of change things up. Yeah, I think it's, especially since it is more the common path, like choosing something different is, being a little further back, it was a lot harder. I feel like it's much more common now with social media. Anyone can become a personal brand and kind of become get booked as doing choreography. Or I loved teaching, but I also wanted to take it to a level where I can teach online. So I have an online course, which is one of the ways I make income from dancing. So there's a lot of ways to make money off what you love. I think my favorite quote from Tony Robbins is like, be attached to the goal, but be flexible in how you get there.
Yes. That's all. Yeah, because it's like, what is it about your goal that you feel? I've asked myself that a lot. What is it about it that has you want it?
Yeah.
And so, like, after being sick and stuff, I went back into acting and started with commercial agent and this and that. And it was like, well, what do I like about it? I like the play. I like the self-expression. Okay, can you get that in another way that feels even better to you? The answer was yes.